We gotta go over some of those themes that we could be expecting to get support from Duel Terminal. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more kinda. Now, you know, we always gotta check in on Gishki, but it is hilarious to see that Zale Gygas for Duel Terminal versions are actually about $8 right now. Actually, I'm kind of more impressed with that, but a lot of this also kind of has to do with the return back to Genesis format, because, you know, you are seeing that some of these decks do have the chance to see support Aquamirrors coming in. $2 to $3, it's actually not bad. Shadows still 2 to 3s. Secret Zale Gygases are actually like $2. That's actually interesting, because seeing the Duel Terminal and the Secret both be up is interesting. Protomir still running around at dollars. Gishki Beast still got a little bit of value, and so forth. I'm actually just kind of surprised to see how well the Duel Terminal versions of these have held up. Photomir still got a little bit of value there. But if you're looking to pick up Gishki stuff in the high end, it's really, really cheap. Dragunity. You know, it's been a little while since we've seen Dragunity support. The old Dragunity deck, though, for first eds, $32.50. That's interesting. Gators coming in at 12 for light play. It's not bad. Phalanx DTs are still listed market price 10. Duxes are still 8s. Honestly, a lot of this is also older format application as well. Gable is coming in still $4, it says, but you're down to 19 listings on that. Barca, still a little bit of value. Variana, still only 28 listings on the original print, which is interesting to me. Tridents, $1.50s. Remus, still $1.50. I don't think that's too bad. Dragunity or Dragon Ravines have pretty much tanked into the ground, as you can see. Looks like Excelsions are still got a little bit of value, but only very few listings on that one. Yeah, it looks like Dragunity is also very, very cheap for a possible pickup. Ooh, Evilswarm. Now this one, Ouroboros, I love the fact that it had a market price at $24. Now, obviously, we are probably expecting this card to get bonked on the head. It is an incredibly broken card. I don't know why, you know, you would be expecting really anything different from this, but it's just going to be one of those pickups to have. Still, Exciton Knights are still a little bit of value. Still, Secret Ouroboroses are $10. Ophion's still coming in at 8 to 9. Bahamut's still 5, 6. Caster's still 3s. I think I'm more impressed at the casters, and things are still doing good. Kirkion's still dollars for both copies. That's actually, I don't really feel like that's too bad, honestly. I kind of appreciate that. So even like your Duel Terminal Ophion stuff has still maintained. Now, Steelswarm, you can get an old box of Hidden Arsenal 5 for $75. This is like your Steelswarm Roach stuff, so these are 12s. Gem Armadillos coming in at 5s, that's interesting. Steelswarm Roach 3s. I think what we're going to run into with this is, yeah, Steelswarm Conicus, or Cockastag is coming in at dollars. That's interesting. You've also got Cell coming in, 16 listings. That's kind of low, actually. Somebody actually really expecting Steelswarm stuff? The secrets of this are also kind of in danger. Never thought I'd see the day for that, but Hercules has got a little bit up there, but interesting. I definitely didn't expect to see numbers changing. Qliphort, oh boy. You know, monoliths are still like $4 to $5, and you still have only 44 listings of those. Stealth coming in about 3s. Disc is also still a $2 to $3 card. It's kind of crazy to think about that, you know, even in the world of Qliphorts, these cards are still pretty expensive. Though I will say Qliphort Scout QCRs, these are really, really cheap. These are dollars. Man, I definitely don't think I expected to see that. And then, you know, you kind of dip down. Disc, still $1. Okay, well, your Qliphort stuff is about where you expected it to be. Though you can get Platinum Scouts for 8 cents. That definitely seems like a decent pickup, to say the least. Gusto cards. So Gusto unfortunately suffers from the really weird we can miss timing clause, which kind of stinks. But, I mean, Griffins are still 3s. Calms are still coming in at dollars the way it looks. Contact with the Gusto still $1 for dual terminal. One cool thing I will say about this theme, though, the longer that it does tend to, kind of roll off into the background, though, it does always kind of catch my eye with how nice that this stuff is. Yeah, your Gusto cards are incredibly cheap. I don't know how you would bring this theme into the modern era times, because you constantly have that issue with it missing timing, and you really don't want modern era cards to miss timing. Laval's, classically Laval chain is one of those, actually Laval in general was one of those themes that, really messed things up. $32 Laval chains with market price at 40. You have QCRs still coming in at $6. Surprisingly enough, the Laval chains, those are like $4. You've also got the PGL versions at dollars. And then Laval Cannons, 19 listings. It's kind of low at $2. Laval Vol Dragon coming in $1.50. I mean, Handmade was one of the good ones. Yeah, this is still $1. 33 listings. Lakeside Lady still coming in at $1. Stand-in coming in 50 cents. I mean, that's not too bad. Ignis still got a little bit of value on that front. Dual terminal Ignises. These are these really cheaper than the Secrets? Yeah. No, they're about the same price, honestly. So that's actually not looking too bad. The Dragon coming in 25 cents. Anytime you can see these dual terminal cards coming in at these extremely cheap values, it's always worth watching. Naturia, oh boy. Oh man, Beast is still basically, I mean, you have one cheap listing for 45, you go up to 52. Barkions, still market price at 20. QCR Beast, on the other hand, these are $15. I feel like that's pretty normal. Bamboo Shoots, still a little bit of value, actually. Naturia Rose Whips, these are still very expensive. These coming in about $10. Land Noise, I'm surprised. He's still like $3. That's very, very shocking, actually. But I guess all the Naturia stuff has always had like its own little niche interactions. Cherries coming in at 3s. Cliffs are on buyout status. That is 8 Cliffs. That's hilarious, actually. I never thought I'd see the day that my boy Cliff is gaining traction, but okay. Yeah, your high rarity Naturia stuff, not doing too bad. Oh boy, Worms. Worms XDTs are 9 listings for $9. Yeah, that's a real thing. Worm Kings are at 8s. Yagans are at 5s, which is crazy to think about. But I mean, all your Worm stuff is, I just love seeing, who's up here. Worm Queens, 15 listings. That's kind of crazy. Worm Victory, 8 listings. Why are these really, really weird versions of these cards trickling off into the distance, trying to be worth something? OG Worm Kings from Storm of Ragnarok, still got a little bit of value. Worm Noble, I mean, 30 cents. It's not bad. Worm Zero still coming in at 50 cents. Okay. And then we have Flamvell, $16 still. Flamvell Guards are still 5. Urquasius, these are still 4s. I mean, still very important card for older formats. The dual terminal reprint from the DTL1, still very much up there. Flamvell Dogs, still market price $3. The reprint Flamvell Urquasius, still up there. I see Commandos still moving along crazily. Ancient Flamvell Deity, $1. That's very, very interesting, say the least. Your Flamvell Magician DT reprints from Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 still up there. Flamvell Commando still got a little bit of value here. Now, I do got to show off Sleeve Chief. This, actually today, is going to have probably one of the coolest deck boxes that you guys are going to get the chance to see here if you are a one-piece collector. And they're also going to have a map for this as well. Discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase. If you are looking to pick this up, it is going to take a little bit of time to get you, probably a couple months, but this is something that you want. I will leave a link down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed Market Watch. Leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.